A small follow-up video of the one I made yesterday, if you didn't see it, about the vl35 ikan mini display or the external 3.5 inch monitor. I won't go into the feature set and all the other stuff. You can watch the other video or different reviews online. Basically it solves three problems. First, that you have an extra monitor that you can flip around in any direction that you want, or even take it off and put it on a small tripod so that you can place it wherever you want. It's very light, so you could even put it under the lens so people still watch the lens while they are watching themselves, right? Even better in some ways than a flippo screen, which the a6000 line doesn't have. But yesterday we talked about feeding it from not the supplied batteries or that you can add, so the Canon ones and the bigger Sony ones, but wouldn't it be nice if you can feed it from the batteries that you already have, so the small Sony ones that go into your a6000. So I ordered a battery charger, an USB battery charger, simply because I wanted to use the base plate of it. The audio might be a bit bad because I'm using the internal mic or an external mic, but the one that you put on top with the weird sort of thingy on the side, because I didn't want to look for the other mics. The idea here is that you can use your normal batteries, right? So let me turn the camera so that you can see it, the end result. Not fully yet, so let me turn it a bit. But you can see how small the end result is. So the good news, when I flip it totally around, and you can, let me also aim it up. So I'll flip the screen the other way, and you can see the end result of my hacking. Hopefully. Let me aim the camera a bit up. So there we go. So you can see that on the back there's now the battery. In the Canon slide, I won't take it off, but what I basically did is hacked the base plate, so something like this, but then one that is flat, from the USB charger. I will put it in the comments which one it is, on top of it. So basically I integrated the base plate of the battery charger with the Canon charger. I took the internal part out. I still have it here. So this was the part that I kind of removed, which was for Canon batteries, and I kind of hacked these two things together. Now on top, because if you've worked with these USB chargers, so this one is quite nice, but it's standing up. But if you use the flat ones, since it was never used for external battery attachment used, right? There's no real locking mechanism. I also added two strips of Velcro that I can just sort of hook on top, just to make sure that it stays in place and that it's stable. I didn't really rack anything because you can still use another base plate. The device is still device. You can still feed it over the DC power or directly from the wall, or what we showed yesterday, create such a simple wire so that you can hook it up to your USB block, something like this one, right? So that's all still able to work. I'm quite pleased with it, and the best news, let me also show this from the side view again so that you can see how the battery is attached. Right, let's see if it's sharp. Yep, it's kind of sharp. It's the end thickness is smaller, I would say, than with the Canon one. Simply it's a little bit crooked the way that I built it, but it's a very nice solution. Of course you can take the straps off, put in a new battery, put it back. Now the important question, of course, or important at least, an interesting question, is how long does it last on the battery? I only did one test run so far, and it lasted 2.5 hours for me. So let me turn it on so that it kind of proves that it works. I think I hit the button. Hopefully I hit the button. Hopefully it will wake up, or maybe I did not hit. Yeah, there it is. So you can see that the screen is working fine, no problem. I tested it one time, so not multiple times, but one time, and it lasted for 2.5 hours, which I think is more. It is more than the a6500 or the a6300 does recording battery lasts for video. So basically that means that if you just change the camera and the battery at the same time, then you are fine, right? So that also means that the solution that we have here, which has a headphone, it doesn't dim the screen on 4K because it's a 4K monitor. It has speaking and some other tools that you can see in the review. So this solution solves the dimming of the screen. You can flip it around and you have a headphone jack. If you feed it from the HDMI, solves 3 of the biggest problems of this camera lineup. And now you can have everything in a really small package, right? You still have it's very portable. The battery weighs, I think, 50 grams if I'm correct. The monitor itself weighs about 100 grams, so even less I think. So I think the whole thing adds about 130, 140 grams to your a6000, your a6300 or your a6500, which I think is yeah, very nice. So this is kind of the end of the video. We might do, or I might do another one maybe tomorrow about a new bag that I ordered, a new backpack that I ordered to put everything in. To me that seems like the hidden thing of photography is the amount of bags that we buy and spend money on. And later, when small rig, I'm now using the a6300, which is in the small rig at the moment. They are designing a new one, and when that one is out, I will show how, of course, this can also be hooked up to the small rig. One thing I want to give an extra sort of thing. I use it now on the camera. Actually, when I'm making these small videos, I won't be doing that. I will be putting it on something like this small tripod, which I put a Arca plate on, and then put an Arca connector on the monitor, so it's even easier to place somewhere in your field of view and have it aimed to you. So I think that's, by the way, also, of course, it's a downside that you have to bring an extra monitor with you. But it's extremely small. It's smaller than a second body. It's smaller than almost anything. So you can put it in a really small bag and tuck it somewhere in your camera bag. But the good news is that you can actually take it off camera, if you will, and that means that you can aim it and place it in different places. So thanks for watching this video. Yeah, let's see what the next one will bring. But this is kind of, I think, a hack project that worked out quite well. And yeah, let's see what's next, right? So hopefully this is helpful for somebody. Please give a shout out in the comments if you like it, or you think it's a stupid solution again, which people also don't feel ashamed to yell that I have weird hacks, stupid hacks and stupid workarounds. I think this is one of the more sane ones, to be fair, because with the battery solution, which is very light, or with this wire connection combined with, normally it would also be holding my microphone, so the Rode video kit, and the D-tab one. That means that if you want to do it off, the power off camera to keep it light, that's a workable solution, because this has a DC power. The Rode mic you can do with the USB, and of course the camera either with the USB or with the D-plug. And then have a small cable sort of coming into the camera system from a other external power source, which I kind of like as a solution. Or you can still do it all on camera and still have about 2 hours of record time. Alright, yeah, it's about 2 hours, right? 2 hours of record time, 1.5 hours, if I remember correctly, on the 6500. At least 1.5 hours on the LCD, and the Rode mic of course also goes for a long time. So that means that it's quite still portable, and you have about 2 hours of recording time without changing batteries, which I think is nice. Also, you don't have to bring a new battery type, which is the reason I started this. Sure, I could have added a bigger battery from Sony, right? The ones that go on things like my bigger external recorders, so the things like on the Atomos, or you could have gone with the Canon solution that they provide with Canon batteries, but then you have to have extra different batteries with you, with chargers, etc, etc. And now I have 8 or 9 of these batteries with me anyway. If I have 6 charged, I can use 2 of them here, 2 of them here, 2 of them here, so that's like 6 or 7 hours. Have backups because I still have my USB massive blocks like this one, which is like 15,000 milliamps hour, so that lasts for a long time. So I have backup and backup if needed. So thank you for watching this video, and see you next time. Bye bye.